welcome to Ask Mom's podcast. We are not professionals, but we can share our experience and remind you that
You're awesome.
We are talking all things motherhood, the good, the tough, and everything in between. And today we are talking about a very special group, critical even. They offer immense mental, emotional, and physical benefits.
Mm-hmm.
They're very well known for reducing stress, easing loneliness, and motivating us, believe it or not, to exercise, teach us responsibility, and most importantly of all, they provide unconditional love.
Yeah.
Have you guessed who we're talking about? Well, if you've guessed pets, you've got it.
So those little furry, feathery, sometimes scaly family members who steal our couches, steal our hearts, and sometimes steal our socks. We're so excited to welcome you, Leslie. She's a community outreach coordinator for the SPCA and Humane Society located right here in Muskoka. Thank you so much for making the time to be here, Leslie.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be here and represent the Ontario SPCA and Humane Society as a whole and, of course, our own animal center right here in Bracebridge.
Yeah, and we appreciate and we're so grateful for the meaningful work you do. And today, thank you for sharing information that will help us understand more about your organization and also what to consider before welcoming a pet into our homes.
Yes, and for anyone who might not know, can you please tell us a little bit about the SPCA and Humane Society, your role, and how you guys are giving back to our community?
So we're a registered charity that's been operating for over 150 years.
Wow.
Jeez.
So the society provides care, comfort, and compassion to animals in need in their communities and, of course, across Ontario because we do have 13 locations throughout.
Wow.
And as a total, we do value animals and advocates and treat them with obviously kindness and respect. Drive to keep pets and families together and to do this through our community outreach program, which I am overseeing as the community outreach coordinator.
Wow.
So there's various programs that we offer throughout the community to support individuals and their pets in need.
Oh, that's
Wow.
really cool.
So just curious, how many animals did you find homes for here in Muskoka last year?
Sure. So last year we did 409 adoptions, and we're so grateful for all the individuals that opened their hearts and their homes to them.
Wow.
That's a lot.
This year, it is a large number. So far, as of last week, we have reached 596 adoptions.
Oh, my goodness.
Leslie, that's awesome.
Yeah. And
So
we're
did you
grateful.
fall in love with 596 pets?
To tell you the truth, there's always a staff member in the center who has fallen head over heels for probably, I would say there's one that's always a specific, but how can you not fall in love with all of them? So
I
it's very
know.
hard, but we're very happy when they do find their forever homes, and we do get updates, which just makes us so happy to know, how they're are living in their new chapter of their lives.
Oh, I'm happy for you that you get that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we understand how many, that's saying a lot for community support, right? For animal welfare, community is really concerned about that. Like, thank you and well done.
And speaking of welfare, would you please tell us about your Home for the Holidays adoption
I
campaign
want to hear about that.
and what your goals are for this wonderful program?
Certainly. So Home for Holidays is basically we start in the month of December and it goes till December the 24th, whereas a provincial-wide for the Ontario SPCA and Humane Society is our goal is to find 500 furry friends a home where, again, they can go and start their new chapter in their life.
So this is all across Ontario?
This is all across all of the Ontario SPCA and Humane Society, and each animal center has their own goal. Ours was 44, and we are so thankful.
Did you reach it?
Yesterday, yes, we reached it.
Oh,
We actually
congratulations.
have 50 animals that have found their forever homes. Obviously, last year was 409, and this year we have way more than that number already. So we are seeing an influx of animals coming in, but you can also tell they are actually finding forever homes and starting their new chapters of their lives. As fast as they're coming in, they are heading home to their homes.
That's so heartwarming.
So how does the program work?
So in our community, all of our adoptable animals are posted on the Ontario SPCA.ca, and then you select the location that you're closer to or if you're willing to travel to. So for example, us, Aurelia Midland, we're not too far from each other.
Right.
So then you can select those or just us. But all our animals are posted there. But as well, I oversee the social media, and with some assistance of the staff who help me take pictures and videos, do post them on our Facebook and Instagram. And we do have a newsletter that goes out, so we will post our animals on the newsletter as well. And of course, we have some of our amazing friends that we do have media coverage as well that do adoption spots for us.
Nice.
And we're very grateful for that.
Okay, so talking about the holidays, why might the holidays be a good time for families to consider adopting a pet?
That is a great question. We're asked it quite a bit. So if you've been thinking of adopting an animal, the holiday season can be a perfect time, as many people are home doing the holiday, which it just means more time to help your furry family friend adjust to their new life, to set them up for them to be a success, so that you get to know their behaviors, they get to know you, you both get into a routine, and any training that you want to, you can really start to focus on.
Nice.
Okay, so once they adopt a pet, what kind of support do adopters receive through your center?
So all of our animals do receive within the fee. They have their core vaccinations, their rabies, their microchip, deworming, and their spay and neuter is included all in the fee. So they will receive all the medical information, basically the file on the animal, anything that we know about the animal. We will disclose and share that information with them. So if they previously have vet records or anything like that, we will share with the individual. They will also receive, Royal Canin is an amazing sponsor of ours. An individual doesn't have to rush out right away and get that first feed of food for their four-legged furry friend. We've already covered it. So they will get some dry and some wet food from Royal Canin, obviously age appropriate for the animal. We'll go home with them too. We register your email to Royal Canin. So what that means is they're going to send you another big bag to your house for free.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Many, if not most people, think of the Ontario SPCA and Humane Society mainly as an adoption organization. But you guys also have programs that help keep animals with the families who love them. Can you tell us a little bit of some of those community support programs you've got available?
Perfect. I'd love to. I oversee some of them. So,
nice.
So we do have an outreach program as the community outreach coordinators. Here is a list of the different things that we do and support within the community. So we do have a spay and neuter. That is Barrie, Stouffville, and soon to be Sudbury. Where basically an individual can register online and get a much lower service. We have wellness clinics. So they're kind of like pop-up clinics. So it could be a pop-up spay and neuter clinic as well. 2 years ago, we had one here. It was a 3-day cat spay and neuter clinic that we held.
Wow.
We do have a wellness clinic coming up, going to be in April and May to date, which will be doing core vaccinations and rabies, and it's for those individuals that are on government-assisted services. So we're hoping to support individuals. It's not to take away from those that have a vet. It's for those that do not have access to a vet and cannot afford their services. So this is to support the individuals on that. We have rehoming profiles. When someone is surrendering an animal, it's the toughest decision they've ever had to make in their life. It's not something they want to do. It's a lot of personal things have come up and they just can't.
Yeah.
So then we will support them and take their animal and help them find another home.
Oh, that's nice.
There are found animals, obviously. So when an animal is found and by law is called and contacted, wherever they have a contract with, they will be brought to the rescue. So sometimes some of those animals come to us. We will take care of them while we search for their homes. So we want, and not, we're talking like their homes they came from.
Yes.
So people who own them, we're trying to get them back with their owners. That is our main goal. So obviously we love them and take care of them and feed them and play with them and do that all until we find their owner. We have 16 platforms through social media and 3 lost and found pages that we reach out to. So we're very thankful. We know that found animals stray and can go long distances depending on how long they've been out. So I have a reach out from Aurelia all the way out to South River and then up into the north. So heading out towards Parry Sound and that way.
Do they really
They
go that
do.
far?
They do go far depending on how long they've been missing for, right? And then of course we have an Animal Smart program where we do presentations. They're fun, interactive, free programs in the schools between grade 1 to 8. Again, we are focusing on the what does it mean to love and take care of, but of course as our goal, we really want to reach the younger generation about these are animals, yes, they're cute and lovely and so fun when they're little, but they need water, they need shelter, they need enrichment. They do grow up to be
They need
a
love.
certain size.
They need love.
Yes, love.
And animals are a perfect way for children to learn empathy, care,
Compassion.
compassion, because they're not getting
responsibility.
feed,
That's
right?
yeah.
They're not saying you did that wrong or, you know.
Unconditional love.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's still many programs, just so you know. So there's the feral cat program, and we have a working cat program. So that's what it's a working cat program. So sometimes an individual will bring a cat that is brought to us, and they are not lovey-dovey. They have been a working cat their whole life. We are not going to change their personality. Nobody is going to change their personality. That's just who they are. And I wouldn't want anybody to change my personality.
That's right.
So what we do is we do follow through with do the core vaccinations, the rabies, we do spay and neuter them. And then we look for individuals that join onto our program. So through the Ontario SPCA.ca, they can do rehoming, go under the working cat program, watch a video. They sign off on a contract saying, yes, we promise we're going to give them a house that's going to be warm. They're going to have food. They're going to have water. And most of the time, they're either going to a farm or sometimes a manufacturing company. So it kind of works out. It's free
So
for
is that,
anybody.
I was just going to ask you, what is a working cat?
So it's basically a cat. They're working, so they keep out the little critters of like a
Okay.
garage of an automobile shop
So
or
they chase,
manufacturing.
they chase mice away.
That's correct. Support and shelters and rescues. We help other ones. And then we have emergency sheltering out too. And then we do pet food distributing. So we have food banks that go out to various areas and they receive pet food from us and then they give it out to the community.
It's nice to know that it's out there.
Thank you. You guys are just so amazing and awesome and so needed. So there can be some confusion about what the Ontario SPCA and Humane Society does and doesn't do. Could you clarify who people should call if they have concerns about, like, say, animal cruelty or issues like strays?
So basically, it's not within our services, but if there is a stray canine wandering around and you're not sure what to do, then you would call your local bylaw. So whatever township you're in, you call the local bylaw. Most of the time you leave a message, but they will call you back.
Okay.
Just remember to be crystal clear on your telephone number when you're leaving the number so they can get back to you. They will come and pick up the animal and bring it to the rescue that they have contacted.
Excellent. Thank you.
If you ever feel an animal is being neglected or abused in any way, that is known as Paws. So it's Provincial Animal Welfare Services. You can look them up online. They have a 888 number that you can call. They would have a member within that area that will come out and do an investigation on that part.
Awesome.
But neither one of these services are us. It's not actually in our...
So let's maybe clear up some misconceptions people have about the SPCA or Humane Society. For instance, I've heard people saying things like it's risky to adopt because pets might be sick or unhealthy, or behavioral returns, things like that. So can you just help clear up some of those misconceptions?
Certainly. So all the animals that we have at our center are either they have come through as a stray. Obviously, we don't know their whole history. So we're very honest with every single individual when they are meeting with an animal.
Right.
We are obviously matching it with the needs and what they have with the needs of the animal. We'll disclose everything we know about an animal. But we might not know everything about their behavior. But again, we're very honest about it before, and everybody signs a disclosure when they leave our property of what we have disclosed to them. So there's no misunderstanding of what we said or what we didn't say.
Right.
So they know.
So what about like health-wise?
All of our animals, when they come into our center, they get a wellness check.
Okay.
So top to bottom, we obviously go through the whole procedures. We also do behavior. So if we notice something's going on, we'll make notes of that. We track everything right down to when they arrive to when they leave. If there's any behavior issues, all of us are trained on canine, as fear-free is our motto.
Yeah.
And that's what we all stick to, and that's what we 210% believe is the fear-free. So,
But you're doing your due diligence
We're
to
doing
make
our due
sure
diligence
that
to make sure
they're
that's right.
healthy and they won't bite anybody, or, as
That's
much
correct.
as you can.
Yeah,
That's
doing
correct.
your best.
We are doing the best, and
Yeah.
we are working on all the training. We only do it when we know they're ready to go. I love it. I'm also foster parents, fostered 7 times now. Almost a cat, like her mom and her babies. Usually our fosters is only in case of scenario if they need some more extra love and support.
Right.
Anybody who wants to be a foster, please contact us at the Ontario
As she looks at us. She looks from one of us.
Anybody, sorry.
You guys are such angels.
I know, eh?
Thanks.
Right. So, for listeners who want to help, whether by adopting, donating, or volunteering, what's the best way to get involved or learn more?
They can go to the Ontario SPCA.ca website, and it actually says to learn more up on the right-hand side.
Perfect.
So you can either donate, you can be a monthly donator, or you can do it one time. You can support any of our events. So one of our major events coming up is Cupcake Day. It's the month of January and February, where all the proceeds will go directly into the center that is nearest you and supporting all the animals, which would be obviously their shelter and their loving and caring and their needs that they need as well.
Right.
And also there's fostering, we have drivers, we have people that help us with our landscaping. So there's lots an individual can do to support, and there's lots of different volunteer roles. You can also do humane education, so individuals again that go into the schools. From grades 1 to 8. So if you're comfortable in public speaking, that's definitely something too. We have individuals who want to support the animals, but going into the shelter will pull at all their strings and they want to adopt all of them and they just can't do that. So there's the possibility of working on my side, which is outreach. We do booths, we do parades, we go into schools. I have a lot of fun. We have movie nights sometimes. We have photography sessions. We have crafting for critters at the library. So it's just building and making crafts that they're allowed to take home to their pets, or if they want to share it with me, I bring it to the center and do a video, and then I send it to that individual so they can see it's actually an animal he's using and playing with it.
Okay, this is super cool.
I know. So to make an informed decision, right? So some of the challenges families don't always think about before bringing a pet home. Just wanted to kind of talk about that. So before you think about bringing a pet to your home, some of the things you might want to consider, like, if it's an emotional decision like us, we're going to go in and take them all home.
Yeah, arms full.
Not the best solution.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe a little irresponsible, but our heart's in the right place.
They would still be loved.
Yes, they certainly would.
No, but I'm talking about things like, someone has allergies. It might not mean that you can't have a pet. Maybe it's
a
the
different
kind of
type.
pet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So don't just go run in and fall in love with the dog, bring it home, and then have to bring them back because your son
allergic.
can't breathe. Financial pressure. It sounds like you have a lot of support, though. So that might be a conversation to have.
How much does it
we
really
want to
cost?
have a pet.
Yeah.
But,
let's do our budget.
let's do our budget. Can I afford it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Good point.
Or
Kim.
lifestyle mismatch. Like you said, you don't want to have a husky that you're not going to walk or have him run. So there's all these different things that you might want to consider, before your heart speaks for you.
Like what would be the best match for you and your family?
Best match for you, or is it an option really?
Yeah.
Like, I hate to say it, but it's so sad when people bring pets home, the kids fall in love with them, and then for one reason or another they can't. Get a pet for sure, but make sure it's the right pet for your family. And Leslie, it sounds like they have such a good process going that can help you evaluate your needs. You mentioned that several times, meeting the need of not only the pet but the family. So I think that's really important. So I didn't want to be negative.
No, that's
but
just
there's a bunch of things
being
to consider
responsible. Yeah.
before you get a pet.
Fish are pets too.
Fish are pets too.
So, everybody, you've considered all of the things we've talked about, and you're ready and excited to adopt your forever pet.
Yay!
Let's talk about choosing the right pet for your family. Like, what should families consider before adopting that pet? Getting more into detail, right? Like about time, energy levels, costs, space, lifestyle, that kind of thing. Do you have any advice about that?
Research is definitely in there. You want to know the breed. You want to know even cats. Each cat, like a tort, has a different personality than another one. So
Really?
definitely research your animal to get to know them in time. You want to make sure you have that time to spend.
And if they don't have time, what pet doesn't need a lot of time, right? And you can still love it.
See, fish.
So just know Ish.
Fish.
You and your fish.
So, like, if you need like a really sleepy type of cat personality rather than a very energetic dog who is constantly on the go,
Right.
maybe the sleepy cat is more your style.
And we do that for when we do the needs of our animals and looking for their forever home. We'll be honest. So we did have a cat that was 12 years old, and we were very honest in saying needs a quiet place. When we do our profiles, we're basically describing how they are when they're around us and what we do know about them. So sometimes we'll post like no small other animals because they have a high prey drive. Or no little kids. Doesn't mean that the animal will hurt them. Definitely not. It just means that sometimes we have very large dogs, and when they jump up because they're puppies and they're just learning, they might knock somebody over, and we just don't want that.
But if you're 3 feet tall and you're holding your biscuit,
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they don't understand that,
Of course
right?
not.
So we're just doing our due diligence.
I've actually read your descriptions, and I do appreciate them. You do say not suited with cats or avoid small children. So that's really helpful.
Oh, yeah.
And I do read that,
Absolutely.
So we take care of that at the center. So if we know they're super scared and shy, there's a lot of things that we do in the rooms. Like we play music.
Yeah.
Music is really calming, classical, jazz. We play those for the animals. So it's very calming and soothing. So there's different things that we do at the center. So someone might come and say, why do they have sheets across the windows? And we're like, because they're super shy and they're a little bit timid, and this is like their bedroom.
Yeah.
So I like my doors closed when I'm in my bedroom too. So it's just a matter of, and we have signs and notices letting people know, like, please enter maybe 2 people at a time if they're not used to a lot of loud noise, or we're working with them and bringing them sort of out of that. When an animal comes to a shelter, they're not themselves for the first day.
No,
Some of them may have never been on cement before. Obviously, it's our smell. It's not the smells they're used to, so they're already scared, right? So we do an assessment when they come in, emotional and behavior specialist, but then again, we do another assessment every single day. Every hour, every time one of our staff are working with the animals, we're always taking notes, and we're always working on where we go from here with this animal. What's the best interest of this animal?
So everyone listening out there, can you feel what we're feeling? Look at all the attention to detail.
Yes.
On both the animal side, the family side, the support side. Thank you so much, Leslie, for being here and for everything you and your team do for animals and families. Sincerely.
To our listeners, whether you're a pet family thinking about adopting or realizing now might not be the exact right season, that's okay too. Being thoughtful is responsible parenting. So until next time, give your kids that hug, your pets a scratch behind the ears if they have ears, and don't forget, you're doing better than you think. We hope you feel heard, supported, and empowered. We know you're doing your best, and please remember that you are not alone.
No.
If you have any questions or comments, please reach out to us at any of the following. askmomstoday@gmail.com. You can leave a comment below the podcast. And we are now on Hunters Bay Radio, 88.7 FM on the dial.
Woo.
Yay. Or www.muskokaradio.com, where you can also listen to us. And please remember, you're not alone. You've got this.